What? What? They want to bring GPS and make it free in Unity for everyone with the new server releases. Everybody gets free GPS. It will become a feature in the game, permanent feature. What? Hello everyone, I'm your host, journalist Single-Malt, and you're watching the International Pub News. We would like to start today's program by going over the highlights of the Unity beta Ankama live that translator Single-Malt has covered amply yesterday in his Twitch live. But before we give you the condensed summary, here's a quick message from our sponsor today. Hi, Editor Malt here. I'm quickly interrupting to say that we've gained over 120 YouTube subscribers in 1 week. And on the lives in Twitch, we've blown past 130 live viewers at the same time, with thousands of people tuning into my lives nowadays. Obviously, these numbers are insane, and I have you to thank for that. So without further ado, enjoy the rest of your video. What a dramatic guy. He's got a face for one of two things: apology videos or the radio. Moving swiftly on. Ankama released the beta on the 13th, quite early actually, and to nobody's surprise, it was full of serious bugs. Chat not working, not being able to click on some cells, you can't pick targets, visual bugs inside the fight and outside as well that made it quite unplayable for the first few days. Characters and sidekicks that were caught offside and unable to play, all while being in the fight. We don't need a VAR check for that one in particular. Later on, chat was working, but players were able to change fonts, size, color, their own display name to make it like yours sometimes, and more and more and more and more. There was also a bunch of less serious bugs and problems, generally speaking, that were quite easily fixed. These are things like the market crash in your game, or pressing escape brings back the end of fight log, the UI changing after every single fight and you have to reset it. Some visual bugs in the middle of the fight where slapping the soul out of some monsters left them frozen. Some minor animation glitches, and whatever the hell is with the Fogonaut turrets. Lack of details in characters and the world as a whole, of course, and this new cool aura that they've introduced to the game recently. Some weird illegible interfaces, and whatever the hell this spell interface is. All classes looking the same, small maps. This violation right here with other items they did so dirty that the community apologized for calling them out on the Inky Veil fiasco before. And the list goes on and on and on and on. All you have to do is join the International Pub Discord, the biggest and best English speaking server there exists, with a dedicated channel for the beta where players had a mighty time sharing the madness that they've encountered during the very first few days. So go ahead, add your find there, link is in the description. In a live of 2.5 hours that we got our correspondent Translator Malt to cover, the team replied to all of the community's worries, and here's a summary of it for those of you who missed it, and so you know what to expect over the next few months. One of the biggest announcements is the ornament you can win if you reach level 150 and some achievement points, or 200 while to win the achievements required, of course. The team spoke of the possibility of giving those to people they called the real Gs, those of you who leveled professions at the expense of XP and leveling. Please note, the level 200 ornament will be the same, but animated. We have yet to see what that looks like. Next one is the hero mode is not coming anytime soon. It is still in the R&D, research and development phase, and is expected to take up to 2 years. However, some optimizations that pertain to the hero mode are coming to the game as soon as November. And these are auto follow the leader and auto join the fight if you are in the same group. Some things that will make multi-accounting much smoother, as the team promised. Next thing, the GPS will be available on all mounts and best mounts once Unity releases, for free and for everyone to enjoy. On the same topic of the GPS, the team is thinking of an achievement, a level or some sort of challenge that you have to meet in order to get the GPS whether you have a pets mount or not. Yes, you've heard that right. Even if you are on foot in the beta, you will be able to use the GPS as well. And soon, you will be moonwalking your way around. Next up, the mobile version is still coming, but no work on it has commenced at all. Papino, the lead developer of Dofus and Dofus Retro at the moment, has broken tradition with his predecessor, who explained previously that the new map design being centered in your screen is done in anticipation of mobile porting. Let's hear it.
Ça casse l'immersion, mais alors on a déjà abordé ce point-là, mais en fait, en vrai, il y a plein de maps dans le jeu sur lesquelles c'est horrible, pas agréable de se battre, c'est pas adapté, et ça fait partie des ambitions du projet. Je pense que maintenant on peut le dire, à terme on va aller sur mobile aussi. Ouais. Et du coup, il faut aussi qu'on puisse, c'est pour ça, vous voyez, sur toutes les maps à chaque fois, bon là c'est des petites, on a recentré en fait la zone de combat au centre de l'écran.
So this is no longer the case, as the team confirmed. They are not making any changes to Dofus now with mobile in mind. So not the maps or the artistic design. Let's hear it from Translator Malt. We talked earlier with Koto about this. We don't want to propose a PC version that you don't like, so later on we can have something good on mobile. We don't want to divide the community like that. We don't want to ruin the game like that. There is no willingness to ruin the game on PC like that. Now that we know all of this, the team goes on to explain that the hottest topic of this beta, the design of the characters and their silly breathing and poses, are not due to future mobile porting. In fact, they just made those questionable decisions and will reverse almost all of them. In further details, this is what they said. Because of the lack of time and the huge number of issues left to fix before the release, they will not redo the designs from scratch, and instead they will work with the current ones and improve them greatly. Each class will get more details so they become more recognizable. They will communicate the new designs and the artistic direction they will take and see if we like them or not before they release them on the final version. And then we have the postures that are shared across all classes. This will change as well, so that each type of class and eventually every individual class will have a unique posture that matches its identity. The idle breathing inside and outside of the fight both will be decreased in intensity. A handful of classes will have their heads reworked, like the Eni, Sadi and Iop, who will lose 4 in order to be left with only 1 forehead. The character size will also follow and change so that it matches the spirit of every class. For example, the Enitrof, Eni and the Zelor will become much smaller. The next big thing was the UI and interfaces that you can see on your screen. The team told us that they've hired an external company to make them, and they have come to accept that they actually do lack any sort of life or relevance to Dofus itself as a game. However, a brave soul on the forum called Eternaris has made a community post on the forum showcasing what can be done while offering multiple options. Oh, they were hiring the guy who made this post, so oh my god, the UI is gonna become so cool. It's gonna be so fucking cool, I can't believe it. And designs, and has been contacted by the Pope himself for a possible collaboration of the project. Incredible. They find an agreement, the team is determined to redoing the entire spell and characteristic tabs, for example, and bettering the magnetic snap of interfaces so that we can move them around faster and easier. Next up, in more exciting news, a high definition pack is coming to the launcher very soon. This will let you download HD files of the whole environment so that when you zoom in next, you can see where you waste your time, life and money, but this time in 4K HD. The size of the maps being on the small side will be fixed. While the idea of smaller maps at lower levels was good because players and mobs have less MP, this has created a big problem at high levels where mobs do in fact have a lot of HP, MP and hit like a truck. The team is reviewing the map sizes for high level gameplay as soon as yesterday. On the same topic of maps, the team admitted that they went overboard with the dead cells and obstacles, which can ruin the fight fluidity by affecting lines of sight and things of that nature. Another minor adjustment that was very much welcome was the map starting positions that will be reworked so that everyone does not start next to each other at all times. Spell animations are not going away. They will reduce their time and see the impact that this will have on the game. Other elements like the monster's death animation, some summons taking a long time and specific spells being lengthy in terms of animations will be reduced, with even a possibility of deactivating them in the future. And one of the most, if not the most welcome change was the betterment of the start of turn indicator. As it stands, it's understated and does not do a good job of telling you when your turn has started. So they will add a sound element and more to it so that it works better for the players. The Dark Tactical mode we had in 2.0 is not coming back, but they left the door slightly open to changing their mind for some very high level content. What they do with it remains to be seen. The pub news team has done its best to summarize the full 2.5 hours into something close to 10 minutes. There's a lot more things I've skipped that you can catch up on by watching the entire video right here. That's it for today's newscast. If you watched this far, thank you very much, and please do me a favor of checking if you've clicked the subscribe button. It helps the channel gain more visibility and as a result make me less poor. Thanks again for watching and see you on the next one. Peace. Malt. Big problem I have.